Hello everyone, and welcome to the small summary of my second German turn of the Payback Memoir 44 scenario that I'm working on. 3 breakthrough boards side by side. For the Germans, left-hand side of the board, they played a probe, 2 units on the right and 2 on the move. In the center, they played 3 units on the right and 1 on the move, and on their left-hand flank, they played all on the left. Now, what did they do? Here, they moved this one out of Pinsk after the train had actually left there to create some space for it. The train itself moved, the train itself moved, and that was one of the on the moves. They didn't actually disembark yet. This unit moved out of Slutsk. They didn't disembark yet, which would have been possible, not in the same hex. At least I assume the train constitutes a unit. And I'll just not make up a special rule for that one. So they could disembark here, but that will really slow it down. Once it's actually entered the town, the train itself, that is, not the wagon, it can move. It has an unlimited move until it reaches a following fortress or town hex. This one moved out of the city as well. It's probably going to try and get to that woods hex over there to hopefully stop the Russians a little bit over there. This unit actually managed to eliminate a tank, well, not the entire unit, but a figure. And they didn't actually roll any reinforcements, ground reinforcements. Here, what they did is, as I said, 3 on the right flank and 1 on the move. Well, this one was pretty successful. It knocked out an IS-2 tank, which has the same rules as a Tiger tank in this scenario. I placed it upside down as a reminder of what unit was actually hit. It rolled a flag, but since it had nowhere to retreat, it was a potential hit, and on the re-roll, a grenade was rolled, so it was actually eliminated. So that's going to be another medal for the Germans. This unit attacked over here, but I don't think it actually hit anything, and apparently neither did the artillery over here. The train, that's another train here, it also moved. No ground reinforcements. Train moved, and because, well, these were actually, I think, the ground reinforcements, 2 on the moves, so they both decided to disembark, and you can disembark adjacent to or in a town hex, but this one actually, the train itself is in the town hex, and as I said, I'm not going to allow 2 units because the train is a unit, 2 units in 1 hex. What I did forget to mention, and that is a special rule, erroneously I said in one of the previous videos that units, tank and artillery units cannot move through town hexes, fortress hexes, that is. But that's not true in all cases. For instance, here and also in Minsk, it can actually move through because the road is supposed to actually, and the railroad as well. Well, the railroad ends here, but the road here is actually supposed to move through the town. But since there are no town or fortress hexes with roads moving through them, I just thought I should make that a special rule. So you can actually move into it, but you do still have to stop. But you can move into it with armor and artillery in such cases that there's actually a road. So that's true for Minsk as well. It's a bit difficult to see, but there is a road and a railroad here. And the railroad obviously is supposed to go through Minsk as well over here. And, so yes, that's what happened over there. But for instance, there are also... for instance, this one here, well, the railroads do move through it, but armor and artillery, I believe, well, they have to stop. So yeah, the railroad is supposed to run through it as well, but you do have to stop because it's a town hex. even if you're infantry. So what I said before wasn't entirely accurate about the fortress hexes. Well, normally they don't allow non-infantry units to enter them, but in case there's a road or railroad running through them, it's supposed to also run through the fortress hex, so you can assume it to be there, but you still have to stop. That's basically the rule. On this board, all units on the left flank. This unit moved from Gisna to the forest hex. These 2 units fired at this one, but they both missed, and they did actually get a ground reinforcement unit here, but as I said, for now at least, German ground reinforcements will have to enter by train, and since there is no train here, they cannot yet enter the board, but you are allowed to hold them back and until there is actually a train there. Also, in this particular case, you would have to have a train in or adjacent to Gisna in order to be able to place that unit on the train. Yeah, so then it doesn't actually enter here, but if the train is here or adjacent to it, then you can enter it there. As I said, trains have unlimited movement. For now, I don't have more than 2 trains. In case I think it is needed, I could, use some kind of substitute or proxy to symbolize another train, but they have unlimited movement, so this one could actually move on empty. The wagon doesn't have to stop, by the way. That would be a bit too much, I think. So it's, in that sense, supposed to be, considered to be multiple troop trains, but the train has to stop, the wagon doesn't, so then you can just move on. Here you would have to stop again, and then move on here again. So it actually takes a long time before you can actually make it there, but that is a way to pick up that unit as well, because it does have to enter on that particular board, and it does have to enter on a train. As I said, maybe I will add an extra train unit to it so that units can enter there directly. But for now, let's see how this goes, because obviously there is the threat of the partisans actually cutting off the railroad, blowing it up. That can be repaired, but it will slow everything down even further. So yeah, let's see how it turns out. So this was the German turn. From now on, I will be recording both the Soviet and the German turn as one video, by the way. Thank you for watching, and see you after the next one.